monster drink. What?
You can't cheers me and then drink without me cheersing back, dude.
All right, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hello, welcome back. This is When I Wake Up. My name's Tanner. We're back with episode 11 here today, and this is my good friend right here. Before I say anything, we have a show. I already said it in every other fucking episode, but we got a show this coming weekend, Saturday the 25th, at Halo Live in Sandusky. We're going to do it, the first show with the band, so that's going to be cool. Nico yesterday fucking sent us this text that was like this long, literally talking to us like he was our dad, basically. But like
He's old enough to be, yeah.
yeah, like texted us and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get really cheesy," and everybody's like, "All right." And then he sends this real long text, like basically talking about how excited he is to be like doing the band thing with us. So that's fucking sick. I'm glad that of all people, I'm glad that he's like the most excited about it, just because he's like the oldest one and like
He's in like
he's like
a shit ton of bands.
He's in
already.
like 100 bands, and he's been he's literally done tours and shit like across the country. So
Boom, dude.
yeah. So he's actually gonna be on the podcast next week.
Bow.
Yeah. So we got the show on the 25th, and then we got that live podcast set that we're gonna do on April 3rd. So, and I'm pretty sure that's a Monday, and hopefully I don't have to like leave work early.
Probably will, dude.
Yeah. So get off your phone, dude. We just started
Checking
this.
April 3rd. It is a Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Is that really what you're gonna do?
Yeah, well, what if you got it wrong and then people don't watch it because it's not on Monday?
I'm just saying, man.
Oh, right, dude.
We'll get off on the wrong foot here, brother. So my guest today, he's already spoken a bunch. He's not supposed to until after he gets introduced, but that's fine. This guy, he's an audio engineer. He makes beats. He just recently actually made a beat that somebody bought that the song went viral. And that song was called Speak Up by isokenny, and that went like super lit, mad viral on TikTok. I'm pretty sure was the first one.
Yeah.
TikTok. So I think very, very, very cool and exciting things are headed all of our way because of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Because we were the shit? Yeah, dude.
So, but my guest, Jacob Brahler. Is that
You
how
got
say
it right, dude.
And
This guy's
the only
never
reason
said my last name before. He had no idea what it
no,
was.
I thought it was Brahler though, and I really wish it was.
It technically is.
I wish it was, but that's what
That's the German
always.
pronunciation of it.
That's what I always called you, and then Henzi called you that, and I'm like, dude, that's not his name, and he's like, nah, and then I think we called you and asked you.
And I got pissed. I was like, no, dude.
Yeah, no, you probably did get pissed. But yeah. So how the fuck? How's your day? I already know, but how's your day?
Could be better. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
So I went to get new tires, and the dude calls me up after he looks at my car and is like, "Your car is fucked up, dude. Probably shouldn't be driving it."
When did you get that car? How long have you had that car?
2018.
Oh, yeah. So, dude, I keep thinking like
It's in 09, so it's not like it's...
No, it's not super old, but like just the fact that you've had it for that long. Because you don't think about it, but like 2018 to me feels like it was like last year, but it was 5 years ago already. So
Yeah, time to get a new car.
yeah,
But fucking sucks.
yeah, for sure. And I'm not in the boat to be able to get a new car. So if that happened to me, I'd be like,
Isn't your truck also like old as shit? And
It's 2014.
well, how many miles does it have? That's the problem. Is it has like
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you how many?
230.
243.
Oh my god, you're
Running so good still though. For real. Like runs great.
change that oil, dude. That's all
Yeah,
you gotta
that's
do.
what I'm saying. It just started running hot because there's a tiny little leak, crack in the water pump, which
Yeah.
is not good. It's a very bad thing because you don't want to lose your coolant and stuff. But it doesn't really leak that much. But you go get your oil change. You're like, hey man, I'm like, all right, and then I look and it's like the crack's like this big, and I'm like, I bought a new water pump and everything, and I just never put it on.
So you're good then.
Yeah, but no, I mean it runs Fun's great. But yeah, no, that's super.
But I'm fucked.
Yeah, that's a big
pissed,
bummer,
dude.
That's a large bummer because anytime shit like that happens, you're just like, oh well.
Because I have money saved up to pay off my student loans. It was funny. I owe 10 grand, right? The month I save that up, it comes out Biden's plan to pay off the loans. I'm like, oh, sick. And then, how many months later is it?
I don't know.
I think that was in August.
Fuck Biden, dude.
So you got like 6 months.
I mean, let's go, Brandon. But
yeah.
yeah,
So I'm gonna use that money.
yeah.
For a fucking car.
Well, you probably should. And you
then-
should probably get like a new one, like a nice one.
I'm not gonna get a new car, but
I mean, new-ish though.
it's gonna be younger than my car that I have right now. But
Yeah.
like a 2014 or 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna get dude. When I get a new car, you think I'm gonna go get a 2023 or something? Like, no. I'm gonna try to keep it under like 2020, like for the rest of my life, honestly, because they're gonna start being so terrible. You can't even do anything with them. You can't work on them. You have to take it somewhere to get it worked on.
Good luck finding a car in 2035 that is from the 2010s that isn't
we're
like fucking
driving-
rusted out. Do you know where we are, dude?
I'm talking about, look at the cars that we see on the road every day and how old they are. A lot of them. Well, you don't. We live here. I'm thinking about Ashtabula. But, dude, there's people driving 40, 50-year-old cars like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
Few and far between.
Dude, I'm gonna stay driving old cars. I'm not getting the brand new cars. I'm good. Unless I'm...
The next car you get should be older than this car you have.
No.
2006, dude.
No, I'm thinking like
2006.
around where it's at right now. You know? But when's that isokenny money gonna start coming in, dude? Then you can get whatever car
Maybe
you want.
never, dude. I don't know. That'd be great if I fucking had... I don't even know how much I would get, but yeah.
Don't even think about it yet because I don't know, man. It's
The internet told me the royalties take 9 to 12 months, which would be in like... This song came out in October. So
Damn, it's
end
been
of this
that
year.
long already.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy that it's been that long already.
Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be pretty sick. You already feel like I would feel like I'm the best ever to ever do it already. But
No.
what was the podcast he was just on?
Fresh and Fit?
Yeah, that's a super big podcast. So
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of...
I don't know. I haven't listened to any
Well,
of the other
all right.
music.
I never heard of him until he fucking used
Yeah.
the beat.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's how people blow up, though, is on doing stuff like that.
But
He's doing it right. You know what I'm saying?
he definitely has a team behind him to like...
Now, for sure.
Even
I mean,
before
dude,
that,
he probably made a bunch of money just off of the video going that bit. That, you know what I mean? Because once it hits a certain number, you start getting, you know what I mean? You get paid for that, and then you get
he had
more
a
followers.
nice chain on. I saw him wearing a chain. I was like, oh, that's like
So
probably
he got a
worth,
bunch of money
That's probably
just-
worth more than my fucking car, dude,
Yeah.
that I'm about to buy.
Yeah, so people need to go start buying more of your beats. We didn't even plug your.
Yeah, can you do the tag?
Yeah, do it. Let's.
No,
What?
you say it really good though.
Sub
You'll yell it out in public. dude.
Sub knocking.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. Sub knocking. So go buy his beats. Today, what I'm looking to do is to fucking make you believe in some stuff. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like you're against a lot of some of my beliefs.
The stupid ones, yeah.
I mean, you can think that they're stupid. You know.
We've never sat down and actually had a discussion like this.
Well,
though.
that's what I'm excited about. But I'm still not going to let you pick what it is. So you know what I mean? Because I'm the podcast host.
Well, why? I'm not into conspiracy theories, so I wouldn't pick one anyways.
Yeah. So that'll be my first question. So how do I want to word it? Do you think that you've been lied to about most of the things that you've been taught? Yes or no?
In school,
Did you hear my question?
you said taught,
Yep.
so I'm thinking of school.
Okay. Doesn't have to be just school. I'm talking about everything.
Well, there's a difference between like schooling and being taught something versus the news.
Just it's yes or no to the question that I asked.
Most, you're talking about the majority.
Most of the things
I don't know, dude.
that you've learned
are not true. I think they might be half truths, but not like complete lies.
Okay, so let's just do the really stupid, like corny ones. All right. Do you think we landed on the moon?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Do you
And
think?
what do you think?
I'm just asking the questions for right now.
Okay, fine.
So you think we went to the moon? All right.
Yeah, I don't think we faked the moon landing.
Okay.
I think
That's
that
fine.
actually happened.
That's fine. You can definitely think that. Do you think that the ISS is up there and there's people on it? And there's
Yeah, I don't.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we get like live footage from them, don't we? Allegedly.
do you
You're
think-
trying to say
Do you think that 9/11 was an inside job?
when Bush hit that fucking golf ball, dude, into the fucking buildings? Is that what you're talking about?
No, not talking about that.
Do I think it was an inside job?
Do you think we could have prevented it if it actually went down the way it went down? Do you think we could have prevented it?
I mean, I think you can argue that we may have prevented other 9/11s before that one happened.
Okay, that's a good thought.
So
That's fine.
I would say, yeah, we probably could have.
All right.
I don't know enough information to be like, what was our surveillance on the Taliban and fucking.
Yeah, I mean we. Okay, no, I can't. We're not gonna. Nope. I'm just asking we're staying. Do you think that John F. Kennedy was killed by the government?
Probably.
Okay. And a bunch of other people, but I got a video to show you about that. If you have the courage to watch the whole thing, it's like 2.5 hours long, and the guy's just the entire time, dude. But
he talks like that.
But it's incredible shit. Like you're just like the whole time I was pooping my pants. I had to wear a diaper.
And who is this guy?
I can't remember his name. He's British.
He's just
and
some YouTuber guy.
No, some old. This is like
This is old.
25 years old. The
Okay.
the documentary that Hensi showed me. But I'm pretty sure he's dead now. Someone probably killed him because the shit that was in it was like,
Is this on YouTube?
yeah. It always gets pulled off though.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and then someone has it and they'll like re-upload it. You know what I mean? All right. So what was left? About aliens.
Are they real?
Not are they real? Do you think that we
Half them?
have interacted with them?
I don't know if we have, but they probably interacted with us, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right, and then the real big one. Do you think the Earth's round?
I know the Earth is round.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So based off all those answers,
Yeah.
what
yeah.
I'd say is that you're a square.
Uh-huh.
So, and I don't even know if it's like a perfect square because that might be like two.
Is it as square as the Earth is, dude?
But I'm thinking like maybe more of like a rectangle, like kind of, you know what I mean, something like that. Maybe like-
Is there the corners like rounded?
No,
No.
no, you're
straight
you're
90.
Yeah, definitely 90 degree. Yeah, for sure. But so
What does that make you, dude?
trapezoid. That's my favorite shape,
The
dude.
trap?
That's my favorite shape.
Why's that?
I don't know, just because it looks cool. The trapezoid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the coolest name.
God, dude, burping on the mic.
Burping on the mic. But no, that's like the coolest name for a shape too.
It is.
So, so that's what it is. But okay, what I really wanted to actually talk about though was MK Ultra. So I wanted to ask you what you think you know about MK Ultra.
What I think I know about it?
Yeah.
So this happened when this was post World War II,
Yeah.
like Cold War era,
Late 50s,
late 50s. Okay.
mid 50s.
So they were doing experiments on
So what?
Americans, correct?
Okay, so that's the thing. That's what I thought.
Not Americans.
Yeah, definitely Americans, but not
But
only
okay.
not only Americans. But no, what happened was wherever they created acid, they got created in like 43 or 48 or something in a
Look
lab.
it up, dude.
And after that, once they figured out what the hell that was, they started just going crazy, like figuring out, making animals have it, like doing crazy shit with it because they didn't know what, you know what I'm saying? They didn't know what they did, what they just
Was it made by
created.
accident? Is this supposed to pop up on the TV, dude?
Oh, this TV's not even on. No, well, sorry, dude. This is what you get when you come over here,
look
man.
through the mic.
Yeah, I mean, so actually, I'm just gonna unplug this then because it'll make the screen smaller too. So, when was
Is it that hard to turn the TV on?
I mean,
gonna
I have to
ruin the
stand
flow,
up.
dude?
Yeah, I'd have to stand up for sure. 1938.
Okay.
Damn. First synthesized November 16, 1938 by the Swiss chemist Albert Hofmann.
The Swiss?
Yep. In Switzerland, yep. Basel,
They're
Switzerland.
they're pretty neutral when it comes to wars.
Yeah, well, they don't do anything really, and I'm pretty sure that's the place with the lowest crime in the entire world.
And watches.
Yeah, and they have guns.
nails.
They all have guns too, and they have no crime.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So what do you say about that? Okay, so acid was created in 1938, and then they started doing wild ass shit. Just yanking people off the streets and like doing crazy shit with it because
As
they
they
weren't.
should, yeah.
Because they weren't gonna do it themselves. All these scientists and stuff that made it. You know what I mean? They
I
were
don't
gonna.
think any scientist ever
No,
done shit
they
to
did.
themselves.
They made it,
Except
and then
for Bruce Banner.
someone.
Right?
Right. Exactly, dude. So keep talking about what you. So you said, what was your thought? You said it was created when, and then what was your thought going to be after that? When I asked you what you think you know about it.
What they were trying to do to these people?
Yeah.
They were trying to give them like psychic powers, superhuman abilities and shit.
Not even close, dude.
Okay. Well, tell me, dude.
No. So the scariest thing is, and they still do this shit. Hold on. They made like a front business, and they called it Human Ecology Fund. Okay, which human ecology is like, the life of humans. Ecology.
Yeah.
Right? Their ecosystem, and they're probably
Study of eco.
Yeah, eco. Yeah. So, but it was what they were studying was psychology, sociology, and behaviorism. They said, but that was the business that they made to fund all these hospitals, all the little projects that were going on, all the MK Ultra projects. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to pull up where's the one video at? This guy.
What was the title of this video?
Title of this video is I'll put it in the podcast. What happened was in the late 70s and in the early 80s, people started coming out and trying to figure out what the hell happened to all these people. There was stuff happened to people in the United States, Canada, all kinds of weird shit. So at some point in the 50s, so probably Cold War time, right? Is that Cold War time? Prisoners of war were coming back from like Japan and from Russia and stuff, Americans, and they were like speaking for like Japan, like they were for them. You know what I mean? They were talking shit about the United States, and they were saying all this, what Japanese propaganda they were spreading.
Yeah.
And the government was like, what the hell's going on with this? So they started thinking that they were being like brainwashed or something. So they thought they had developed this crazy way to brainwash people, in a war type way. Mm-hmm. They thought the Soviets did too. So the United States was like, oh, hell no, we're going to try to make our own way to do it too. So that's what they did. That's what MK Ultra was. They were going to make up have all these different doctors and scientists and all this, do all these different studies to animals, to people, volunteer people, some of them, and then a whole bunch of them were people that did not volunteer.
Why you think people are brainwashed today from the media?
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot of that. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Stemming from
Because
experiments
they
that are
figured
done
it
on you?
out. Because they figured out how to do it. You know what I mean? But that's what we're gonna get to.
Putting shit in our food, dude.
No, it doesn't even have to be that.
The air, what? Water?
It doesn't have to be that at all. Let me get into it, man.
All right,
Just relax.
goddamn, dude.
At Stanford University near San Francisco, Dr. Harvey Weinstein is an
Bro.
So that's what I said when I started watching this, dude. I was listening to this while I was at work, and I was like,
Hold the fuck up.
and I rewinded it and everything. Yeah. So the guy's name
man's
is Harvey Weinstein. But yeah, that's hilarious. So.
associate
Coincidence? I think
professor of
not.
psychiatry, and he also counsels students.
Oh, he counsels them,
Karen, why
dude.
don't you tell me some more about the anxiety that you've been feeling?
I feel every
It's
time
from 85.
that I sit down at the
They
desk.
had anxiety back
Dr.
then, dude.
Weinstein is a Montrealer who attended medical school at McGill University,
Think straight.
but he refused to do his postgraduate work in
Okay.
psychiatry.
To get some help.
Oh, he's like
He
Jordan
was someone
Peterson.
who became anxious
He's Canadian, right?
for a relatively short period of time, who went to get some help,
Oh, he kind of does sound like.
and whose life was totally shattered by the experience.
He's talking about his dad.
His father
Ooh.
was one of the more than 50 patients treated here at the Allen Memorial Institute under a secret program designed to develop brainwashing techniques. The Allen has an international reputation as a renowned psychiatric institution. But in the late 50s, the patients knew nothing of a cascade of mind.
Okay, so this was like the scariest one to me. This place called the Institute, the Allen Institute in Montreal, and the guy that ran it was David Cameron, and which was funded by the Human Ecology, whatever that that.
Yeah, fun. That used,
Yep. But he called it depatterning. And then what was the other word? What was the other thing he called it? Because they had to come up with super like clinical names for these things to make it sound like, because these patients were going to these doctors to try to get real help. And then they were like, oh, I got just the thing. And then they did
We're gonna depatter
these
your brain.
MK Ultra tests on them that they were going to do to anyone no matter what. So like it didn't matter what you were going to this doctor for. They were going to do this to you no matter what. So, and the worst part, all these people that were going to this place, they were paying for it. Okay? But depatterning and psychic driving, okay? So he would, when they'd first get there, he'd record them talking about what they were there for. And then he would, without them knowing. And there'd be a bunch of things that they were saying that they didn't like about themselves, whatever the case was, like the reason why they were there or something. And he would, a lot of times they would put him to sleep, and then they would pump him full of all these drugs. Like they were literally pumping him with like meth, amphetamines, LSD,
Yeah.
all of the drugs
Sounds like a good time.
while they're sleeping. And then they would put the recording of them talking over and over on a loop under the pillow where they were sleeping. And they would induce them back into a coma like that for like 30 days at a time, pumping them full of drugs with a recording playing in their ear the whole time.
And that was supposed to do what?
That was supposed to, what he said, David Cameron, he thought that it could change their like get rid of the bad part of their personality and like bad memories and this and that and blah, 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 because he thought personality and like everything about a human was all just numbers. So he thought like you could take out like the bad part and like put good stuff into it and they'd be better people. But all that happened was they came out vegetables.
Well, if you're in a coma for fucking a month, getting pumped with all these drugs.
Like, can you imagine just sitting there and like being that doctor? You're just watching them like, all right, cool, yeah. So I figured that out, and like, what do you mean? What in the world? And
Dude, they're trying to get down.
but all he was doing though is the CIA told him to do it. It's not like he came up with all those ideas.
And did these doctors just not give a fuck?
They all thought that I mean, he was probably a psychopath, but all the other people thought that they were doing like, and And all those people too, they probably didn't even know anything. They're just
I don't
working
know,
at
dude.
a
I feel like
hospital.
you would have enough common sense to be like, this probably is not.
This was the 50s and 60s, dude. And they're working at a mental hospital with this doctor that's supposed to be like world renowned. That's like, they said that he would walk down the hallway and there'd be like nurses and stuff that would call him God. The
Be
patient
like
said that.
fainting when
Yeah.
you see him. Jesus Christ. This is the David Cameron guy?
Mm-hmm. So he
What
wasn't
happened
only
to him?
I'm pretty sure he had a heart attack or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was actually part of the Nuremberg trials. Little side note. He was in the Nuremberg trials, and then 6 years later, he was doing this.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah. But he wasn't the only guy doing that shit. There was all, you know what I mean? They had, I think it was 189 that they admitted, 149 projects that they admitted happened. And this only happened because
Over the course of like
like
how many years?
11 or 12 years, I think.
It was just in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, it was from like 53 to 64, I think.
Do you know why it stopped?
Because shit started popping off in the 80s and stuff. Or, yeah, no, there was people coming out. The guy that was working with him, there was, they had interviews of him, asking him questions like, hey, what happened after he left? And they were like, we didn't do that anymore. Because people started to think, they're like, oh, this actually isn't working. It's not doing what he said that it was supposed to do. You know, all these people are just turning into nothing.
So, took them 10 years to realize he was full of
Killing
shit.
people, basically?
Yeah.
Just hundreds of people, probably. They said there was only 53 patients or something at this place, but it's probably not.
Documented. That we know of.
Yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, all this is just what they want you to know. So, it said, what I found out was 85 out of 149 projects were supposedly not on humans. So, those were the ones before all this. Those are the ones, you know, in the like the 40s. But they were.
So, what was happening to the animals?
So they were
Probably the same shit, right?
Well, they weren't necessarily putting like tons. I don't know if they were drugging them up like they were doing to the humans, but they said that they were putting like recording devices on inside of birds and like inside of monkeys and stuff, and like bombs and shit. And I'm being serious. Like implanting them with shit and then like having them like run over and do something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they were doing with them.
Put a bomb in a monkey, dude? Or what? Took him to the zoo and said...
Thank God
wild.
And then the weirdest one, they said that they were trying to weaponize dolphins. Okay? They were putting like they were implanting like these little needles inside of them that they could do like a quick jolt of like compressed air into them. And they figured out that when they did that, they like would turn into a killer. And they anything around them, they would just immediately kill it. So they said that they were trying to do that with them so they could protect like ports and like ships and stuff after World War II.
Against what? A fucking
Scuba diver?
torpedo, dude? What is it?
That's what I'm saying. They're not going to, a war happening, they're not going to roll up to you in scuba gear.
Oh, guys, the dolphins are coming, dude. What? That sounds like bullshit.
Probably. But they have like pictures and stuff of them doing that with the dolphins.
Probably just making them horny, dude.
It just reminds me.
Dolphins are horny animals.
Dude, dolphins are the only other animal on the planet that have sex for pleasure other than humans.
What was that for?
That is for, dude, I'm sorry we got to do our ad reads right now, dude. I'm sorry. So we'll be right back.
I think we should introduce it like that. I'll do it while you're starting.
Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. This is Gene's Analog Mix. Today, we've got a special record, pulled from our record gallery. Might be my favorite record from this band, but there's so many good ones. This is Yes's first album, self-titled, 1969. We have the UK pressing of it as well. I think a 77 German pressing, gatefold. We got it from the Exchange. And if you're from Ohio, Midwest area, the Exchange, it's a hard one to find. But thanks for stopping by.
All right, we're back. Jacob peed, and I sat right here. So, but what I was saying was, the whole thing with the dolphins. All that reminds me of is, I don't know if you've ever seen Austin Powers, but when
The lasers.
the freaking
Dolphins.
sharks with it was
these
sharks,
sharks,
freaking
yeah,
sharks
yeah.
with
Same
freaking
thing,
laser
yeah.
beams attached to their freaking heads. You know what I mean? That's what he said.
That's where they got it from, I think.
That's where Dr. Evil got it from.
Mm-hmm.
From MK Ultra Dolphins.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, shout out.
Isn't Hollywood connected to all of this shit?
Hey, be quiet, dude. This one already, I was scared to talk about all this stuff because I didn't know a bunch of this stuff when I was learning it today, and I thought I knew about MK Ultra, and I just thought it was like,
What are your sources, dude?
I was watching a bunch
Shout
of
'em out.
videos, all these videos from the '80s when people were putting having the lawsuits come out and stuff. All these Canadians sued the U.S. government in the '80s, and Canada wasn't like helping them at all. The CIA wrote, because I think at that time it was Trudeau's mom was the prime minister.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's
He's
been like
he's a legacy fucking...
yeah, because they said when I was watching it, they said the Trudeau government or whatever. I'm pretty sure that was his mom. But no, they weren't helping them at all. There was like 9 or something people that were suing, and they were suing for like $1 million or something. That was it. These people were like basically nothing. Like they needed someone's help for everything. Like they're potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's not okay.
That
It's
is
not
a
like,
vegetable.
yeah, they turned them into a green pepper.
Carrot top, dude.
But so that's what they said, that they started doing it without testing anything on humans, which they said 85 of them out of basically 150 were on animals, which I don't believe at all. There's got to be 100%. There's more than 150. There's got to be way more, because they were doing this shit in like the 60s and 70s still with like Charles Manson and all them. Do you know about any of that stuff?
Not really, dude.
Dude,
So-
hate Nashbury, the that area in California where all the hippies and stuff would hang out. People undercovers would go over there and just hand acid out to everybody, and then they would go like, take
Kidnap them and
and go
shove drugs and stuff.
and then send them back out there, and then they would go do crazy shit, and they'd be like, oh, look at those people doing
Is that
acid.
what happened to
They killed
Manson? Is that
people."
why he fucking... Is that happening now, you think? You think it's still going on?
That's what I think. That's what I think a lot of like the school shootings are. I think they're like, they find like a troubled kid that there's, you know what I mean? He's already like at wit's end or something, easily angered and stuff, like that type of kid or person. And then they do some weird shit where they either pump something in through their phone, you know what I mean? Something like that. That's all very possible to be done.
So,
That could happen
if
every
you end
night
up
to us.
shooting a
That
group of
me,
people-
that could happen.
I'll
Come
know
on.
why.
Come on, dude. I'm not that easily angered.
No, I'm just saying, you're going to get kidnapped for saying this shit.
Oh,
They're going to turn you into one of those vegetables that shoots schools.
dude. Good luck. You had to kill me right away. You had to kill me immediately.
You're underestimating the fucking government right now?
I'm saying I'll turn into a werewolf, dude. Do you know that I'm a werewolf?
I haven't seen it, no.
Well, why do you, look, this shirt's ripped right here
Yeah?
from the one night. Yeah. Watch out, dude. I'm a werewolf. Chill out.
That's news to me, dude.
I'm lucky it ain't a full moon, bro. Start fucking howling and shit, dude.
You're the least werewolf guy I would ever fucking think of.
Where was I at, man? Why'd you have to do that?
I would think you of more of like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, you know?
I don't even know.
You'd be a turtle man.
Dude, stop, man.
That is also cool,
I don't know anything about the Ninja Turtles, man.
but
Fuck them.
You take a werewolf over a Ninja Turtle in a fight
A wolf over a turtle.
with fucking abs, dude.
You take it. What you, you taking a wolf or you taking a turtle, dude?
Dude,
Listen, it doesn't matter what it is. Are you taking a wolf or a turtle in a fight?
a human-sized turtle, which is what we're talking about.
Or a bear-sized
that's a ninja.
or a bear-sized wolf?
Why is it a bear? Have you seen a werewolf, dude?
I am one.
How big do you get?
Like
dog?
a bear, like the size of a grizzly bear,
Let's set it up, dude.
like an eight
Let's
to
get
900 pounds.
Dana White on the phone. UFC.
We'll do this. No, I just want to do the slap thing. You want to do that with? We'll film it, me and you.
No.
The slap box. What is it called? Slap
We
off
slap-
or something?
you-
Where they just slap each other in their face as hard as they
it's
can.
awful.
I know. Why do people do that shit?
Dude, they're slapping. It might as well be punching them in the face. How hard they're slapping people.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, a lot of them.
Probably get
But I
concussions.
follow the page, man. It's always nice sometimes when when you're taking your break and stuff, and you're just scrolling on Instagram, and all of a sudden you just see someone with powder all over their face, just and they just fall over. You're like, why
Dude, I
are
didn't
you
know you
doing
wanted to slap me
that?
that bad. That's crazy.
No, I don't want to slap you, dude. That would suck. That would hurt really bad. Where was I at?
Talking about
No, dude.
your werewolf. Because why did you talk about that?
So what the CIA is willing to admit, they said there's 24 projects that were on unwitting subjects. Okay, only 24 of them, and that includes the one that we were talking about, the Allen. There was another guy, I can't remember his first name, but his last name was White. He was just another doctor.
Walter White.
No, don't speak on his name like that. He would never do something like that. Like I'm about to say what he did. Don't.
Oh, what did he do?
Dude, he fucking would dose people's fucking drinks and stuff with acid and then fucking leave them in a room with prostitutes and
Yeah?
then sit behind a double-sided mirror and, like, take notes while they're all, like,
Is he jerking off to him?
probably.
Walter White would do this very fucking shit.
No, he would not. Don't say that about him. That's fucked up, man. I don't know why you would say something like that.
One of the biggest meth dealers in the country.
Yeah, but he was a pimp, though. He wasn't, like...
You're talking down on this fucking Dr. White, dude?
I don't like him. I'm talking about Walter White.
What, because he gave people a good time?
Bro, they were dosing them with, like...
Acid and prostitutes?
Not a couple tabs of acid. I'm talking about fucking literally the equivalent of like 50 tabs on one person.
I don't believe that.
That's what they were doing, bro. It wasn't. They weren't on pieces of paper. It was drops.
Yeah?
So they would literally in someone's drink, and it's fucking that'd be like 40 hits. I haven't done more
Did
than
it
two.
kill him? Did it kill him?
I mean, it maybe that necessarily wouldn't kill them, but they would kill themselves or do something crazy like that. That happened
What
to
are
a
the
ton of
prostitutes
people.
there for?
To get the guys to come there?
To come?
No, to get them to want to go to this weird doctor's house in New York.
Was that his house? I was expecting this to be in a hotel room.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, he was probably saying it was his house, but it probably wasn't. It was a place paid for by the CIA, in New York City. That's what all of these
Why
were.
couldn't they just fucking kidnap the dude?
Well,
They kidnapped other people, but they had to bring
They wanted
prostitutes
to Jeff
to
Dahmer them dudes in there. That's what they wanted to.
I haven't seen the
coax
show.
them in there. What?
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
It's pretty good. You don't like that dude or something? Do you not know who that guy is?
Jeffrey Dahmer or the actor that plays
The
him?
actor.
I know who he is, yeah.
Oh, well, that's why I wanted to watch it, because that dude's super good at acting. What's his name? Evan Peters or something? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's in all the American Horror Stories. But that's why I even knew who it was, because I watched all the American Horror Story. Wow. Can't wait to zoom in on that.
Good on that one.
So, and then there was another guy that, what was his name? At one point, the CIA literally hired, it was probably before they started actually doing all the covert weird shit. But they hired this dude that was a magician back then. His name was John Mulholland, to teach all the agents like sleight of hand and stuff, so that they could dose people's drinks without them ever noticing, with acid and with amphetamines and.
Yeah,
That's insane. Like, why were they going
sounds
to
like
these lengths?
what Bill Cosby did. It's not that insane.
You don't think that that's wild? Like, being serious. I know you're making a joke and everything, but
Does that surprise me that that happened?
that the
Or, like-
CIA hired a magician to teach their agents
Well, how
sleight
good
of
of a
hand.
magician is he, dude?
He was the best one out at that time, man. He was David Blaine back then. He was Chris Angel, dude.
Chris Angel.
Chris Angel, mind freak.
I mean, I think they should know how to do that anyways, right? CIA agents? Do
Why?
you want them to be shitty agents?
Why do they need to know how to do sleight of hand?
Fuck some people,
To do magic tricks? Like,
Jedi mind tricks, dude. It's pretty much what...
that's without any hands. So stop. And I don't even know anything about Star Wars.
They definitely could put their hands up and be like, these are not the droids you're looking for. Put their hands up, dude.
No, that's incredibly, incredibly hilarious that they did that, actually. It's really funny.
Who, the Jedi or the...
No, the CIA hiring a magician to teach their agents sleight of hand instead of just not.
Who would you get to teach them to do it?
No one. Just don't do it.
Just don't learn sleight of hand?
So that you can secretively dose people with acid?
Yeah, dude.
That's why they were doing it.
I'm sure they used it for other things.
Guys, I don't know about
Like,
him.
if you're going to pickpocket someone without them knowing, right? Sleight of hand would be a skill to know.
Which is a bad thing, though.
But if you're pickpocketing the enemy, dude, you fucking...
No, man.
What do you mean, no?
It'd be way better if they were pickpocketing, honestly. They were dosing them with 30 hits of acid behind their back. You don't even know what I'm saying, because you don't even know what it's like to do one.
Oh, I've done 2 tabs. That's...
What?
Yeah. I did that, like, a couple months ago.
What?
We need what?
You didn't tell me?
I didn't know I had to tell you when I did psychedelic drugs, dude.
A couple months ago, for real?
Yeah.
You don't want to talk about it?
Like, what happened?
Yeah. So I can know if you're telling the truth or not?
So my buddy came over who hadn't done acid in like 10 years. And he wanted to do 2. I'm like, just do 1.
You did 2
Sir.
for your first time?
No, I've done... My first time doing acid was like a year ago.
It was 1, though?
Yeah.
Okay, smart.
But we took the 1, and then an hour went by. He's like, I want to do another one. I was like, fuck, okay, fine, we'll do it. And I was fucking...
You guys
So-
didn't even get far enough in to even know what was going to happen.
It was premature, but I was fucking high as shit, dude. Like, normally when I've done psychedelics, it hasn't affected me, like, that much. Like, I barely see it.
Yeah, the early
visuals?
the early steps are always my favorite. When you like first start feeling it, your eyeballs are like floating, like buzzing. You know what I'm saying? Where you feel like you just smoked. Like, oh, you don't.
I don't smoke.
So never mind. To me,
But I've been high before on
Like-
weed, and it's not... doesn't
no,
seem the
I'm
same at
saying
all.
like the early. The only way I could like best describe
Well,
it
I
is
get like the chest rush and like anxiety, but in a fucking good way. You just,
yeah,
wanna
it's like
run
the
through a
best
fucking
way.
wall.
Yeah, you feel like a superhero.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it got to that point, but then it kept going, and my whole body was just like fucking, oh, dude.
Yeah. And
Bro,
where
we
did
were,
you
like-
guys do it? At your house?
Yeah.
Nice. It was cold.
And
out,
we
though.
played fucking Madden. It was insane, dude.
Can't play video games on that.
There was so much going on. He kept wanting to go to the gas station to get Black and Milds, and I was like, "There's no fucking chance I'm leaving this house."
Hydro.
And we went on 2 tabs, or
Yeah. Yeah.
I could barely fucking walk outside.
I know it was really dumb. I shouldn't have done that. But that was
How far did you drive?
a couple miles down the street to get food and then back. So like, you know.
Ugh.
Probably like a 10-minute total trip. Yeah, and I remember getting
Do you
there.
remember how fast you were going?
No, but probably too slow. And we got there, and I remember getting the food, and then we sat there and we ate it in the parking lot, and I was like, I don't even remember getting here. And they're like, what? I'm like, I don't remember how we got here at all. Like 100%.
Did they do the same amount as you?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. That kid that me and Gabe did it with, that was the first time he ever did it, and we got him to do too. And he drank like 21 bottles of water. I had a brand new 24-pack of water, and he had like 21 of them.
That's crazy. Good for him.
Yeah, he
Stay
was
hydrated.
Well, yeah, because I think that was the only thing that was like comforting him, because he was freaking out a little bit. But after, I mean, he wasn't like having a bad time. I'm saying like he definitely was like, what the fuck's going on? You know what I mean? Didn't know really what was going on, really. So, which is fine. But
I have a picture to show you.
he had my guitar, bro, and he was holding it up like this, all the way up, like, and wasn't like hitting even the strings. He was just slapping like the big part of the guitar and just like
just the
slapping
body of it.
Yeah, it was so funny, dude.
All right, where is this?
Oh, that was a good time.
So me and Johnny did shrooms like, let's see, when was this? In October 1st.
Oh wow.
We did an eighth. That's what ended up happening to him.
Oh my god, look at him.
Yeah. I was like freaking out. 'Cause it was-
Oh, send me that so I can put it on the podcast.
No. Those are that's a forbidden photo, dude.
Oh, that'd be so funny if we put that on the podcast. We can.
But he fucking, like, he got stuck in a loop for like an hour and a half where he just kept saying the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
And I'm just like still getting higher on these shrooms. I'm like, dude, you're...
And then it was MK Ultra all over again for you, because he was just repeating the same thing for an hour. Dude, me and my sister did shrooms one time years ago, and it was when Snapchat like first put those like funny face filters on.
Oh, fuck.
And like they had been out already, you know what I mean? It had been like a couple weeks or whatever, but they were still super fresh. So
They had the
everybody,
dog one that was
everybody was. It's still on there, I'm sure. But it was super fresh. So you know everybody was on it and doing that all the time. But I was playing guitar, and she went to the bathroom, and I'm not kidding, like 3.5 hours went by, and she was still in the bathroom. And
Like,
she wasn't
doing what?
wasn't going to the bathroom. She was just sitting on the toilet still for that long. Like sat down on the toilet to go to the bathroom and never got up. Like it had been literally.
Was she on her phone, like
Yeah.
looking at the
just
Snapchat
making
filter?
just making videos on Snapchat, and I was out playing guitar. I had my headphones on, and it had been like 3 hours, and I
You're like, I think my sister did.
yeah,
dude.
and I took my headphones off, and I like shout down the hallway. I was like, "You all right?" And she goes, "No." And I was like, "Me neither." And that was it. We didn't. And then she stayed in there for like a whole nother hour after that.
And you didn't see it till the next day.
No, she ended up coming
That's
back out, but
funny.
it was like half of the trip. That's how it was spent.
How much did you do? Do you remember?
More than an eighth, both of us. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I wanted to do
Getting
it that time
deep,
for like
dude.
yeah. Well, I wanted to, because most times I had done them, it wasn't like super crazy. Like every time I've done acid, it's like, whew. And then I did shrooms a couple times, and it's not. I don't know. It wasn't.
It's
Like,
felt pretty similar to me, actually. But
I did shrooms around the same time you did. Then I got some from what's his nuts, and
Yeah?
yeah, probably shouldn't say it.
say his name.
And
Who's your dealer, dude?
yeah, but no, I barely ate any, dude, and it was when it was still nice out, and I went out and started mowing the grass, and I put my headphones on, and my dumbass, I wanted to do like, instead of just doing like lines across the yard, I was doing like
You're doing fucking crop circles?
like I was doing the perimeter of it like this, and then I was just
Yeah?
gonna take it in.
Oh,
but
I like doing that sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not the yard to do it with. This one, you know what I mean? And I was doing that, and it had been
most
like
yards, yeah.
yeah, but it had been like an hour and a half, and I
just
didn't
having fun
realize
with it.
I didn't realize how much I'd done, and I was just pouring sweat, and I look over, and Crust and Hensie are standing in the driveway, and they're like. And I take my headphones off, and I'm like, "What's up?" And they're like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what do you mean?" And they're like, "Why are you cutting the grass like that?" It's been like almost 2 hours. There's like none left to do. Yeah, and then I remember I was standing there and I'm like, all right, Crust, this is what I was doing. And he's like, why? And I'm like, yeah, whatever, but
It's like,
just make
dude,
sure you
let's-
keep doing it like that. And then Crust didn't, and then it was pissing me off because I was fried. So I was like, dude, I gotta get it. And then I just went and like sat in the garage because he wasn't doing it the way I was doing it.
That's funny, bro.
So, I don't know
Classic
really
spiral,
how to,
dude.
Yeah, I don't know really how to wrap up the whole MK Ultra thing, other than, I don't know. I just thought I actually
What
knew.
does MK stand for?
I think it was mind control. I think they just did like
You wouldn't be cool with it?
yeah, because that's they always everything's named real weird. Like imagine being the guys that get to come up with all the names for all their Operation Paperclip and fucking High Jump and Blue Beam and you know what I'm saying, like it's
You
all
pay $100 million a year for those names, dude.
yeah, it's like they're like Disney writers that are sitting in like a screen room and they're coming up with names for all the secret
Operation Tombstone.
yeah, stupid.
Do they have one of those? 'Cause that's a good name for it.
I wouldn't doubt it. I really don't know how to, like, wrap that up. I mean, it's just there's so many people that got super fucked up from that, and the craziest one, like I said, was that one in Montreal because it was in a different country. We didn't tell them that we were gonna do that. Actually, we probably did, and that's probably why Canada didn't do anything for those people that were, suing the U.S. government. Because they
I
were.
think it was a coincidence that they're doing the same experiments.
What do you
Is that
mean?
You're saying?
No, I'm saying that Canada wasn't helping them. Like, they were asking for help from the Prime Minister and stuff. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we need to try to sue them for all these. And they weren't saying anything back to them.
Because they're fucking in cahoots, dude.
Yeah, because, well, they probably did tell them, actually, that they were going to be doing that. I mean, I was just thinking about how
the
crazy...
doctors? Or what?
No, the CIA telling Canada, like, hey, we're going to be doing this over here, and it's in Montreal, and the guys at this,
They probably asked the
hospital.
CIA to do it, dude.
And then I
Like,
just
we
think
want some
about...
of your fucking
Yeah, I
magic.
just think about all the people that we don't know about that definitely died from all that shit that nobody never got to see ever again and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I only got to watch a couple videos with a few people that made it out and were able to speak enough to even talk about it. But there's people that got out of there that couldn't even talk.
It's what it is, dude.
And all these people, dude, they were making them pay for it, too.
That I feel like is a red flag for anyone that's...
Like, there was some projects they were doing that
Because they were probably telling them
volunteer-
this is like an experimental study, but...
No, they weren't telling them that. They were not telling
They weren't?
these people from the Allen. They were not.
They were like, this is a
They were-
normal procedure.
They were going to him because he was a psychiatric. It was a mental hospital. They a lot of the people, like the women, had like postpartum depression
Uh-huh.
after having kids. They were depressed. It was all.
You're saying these are all women?
No, I'm just saying. I was just that's the only thing I remember that what they were going there for, because I was just so wrapped up in what the fuck they were doing to these people.
Uh-huh.
But they were doing like electroshock therapy and shit. That's supposed to be for depression only, and that's only supposed to be like twice a week. Which, how did we come up with that? Let's electrocute people and that helps. How does that help?
I don't know. We don't know a lot about the brain.
How does that help? How do we think that helped?
Let's try it out with you, dude.
So
Right now, live on the podcast.
we're gonna do
let's shock your brain, dude.
electroshock therapy, dude. No, I just don't understand where they ever got to that point. Makes no sense. But they were the normal way to do it is like twice a week. They were doing it to them like 4 times a day. The electroshock shit, dude. They would
The
get
electric
done.
slide, dude. That's what they called it.
They'd get done and they'd be like, they're not a human anymore. They said that they couldn't control their bowels anymore. They didn't remember. They would remember their name, but they didn't remember where they were. They wouldn't remember like normal like manners, like eating. Like they didn't know how to eat anymore. Like they were wiping all their memories totally clean.
So what happened to all these people? They just died off?
Yeah, I'm sure at this point, yeah. If they were, mid 20s to 30s, in their 30s, like in the 50s and 60s.
So they probably didn't have any children after the experiments.
I don't know. You wouldn't think so.
Suppressibles, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but there was some, like I said, that were volunteers. Like there was the guy who wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He volunteered with one of the doctors, and he did it, and they got paid. And then one of the writers for the Grateful Dead, that's a whole nother conspiracy, how they think that the Grateful Dead pushed acid out to the masses and stuff when all that was going on. And one of the songwriters for the Grateful Dead went with one of the doctors and did some of the MK Ultra hypnosis crazy shit. So,
dude, I kind of want to try this shit now.
No, you don't, man. See, this is what I'm saying. I was hoping by this time, we were like an hour in, I was hoping by now, like, you'd be like, what the fuck, man? Like, what?
Yeah.
And
it
this
also
is
happened,
just...
bro, that happened in the 50s.
And 30 years later, after that, is when someone finally was like, oh shit, we're gonna have to do something about this.
And that was 40 years ago now.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think's happened since then?
I don't know.
They don't let shit get out.
So you think it's still going on?
Not necessarily that, because they figured out how to do it, and then they could just do it to whoever they want anymore. Those were all the tests to figure out.
In what way? Like, how do you think this is happening today?
Like I said, with like school shootings and any crazy shit like that. These people that go on Facebook.
People, though.
Not necessarily. I'm saying.
How are they brainwashing people? Do you think?
Bro, I told you. There's all these things. You don't remember all these things we talked about? The magician teaching them how to do sleight of hand.
So you think they're finding these, they're targeting people and just...
Bro, the technology that exists that we don't get to see is 20 to 30 years more than what it is for us. You know what I mean? Did I say that like an idiot? I probably did.
You're good. I understood what you said.
So there's things, if they were putting recording devices in birds and in monkeys in the fucking 40s, bro, what do you think? What do you think?
Birds aren't real? Well,
bro, we go to sleep with this basically right next to our heads every night. There could be shit.
Everything we say.
I'm saying there could be shit. I'm not saying there is. I'm saying there could be. They easily could be playing shit fucking right out the speaker every night that we're just hearing while we're sleeping. You still hear it. That's the whole thing with what they were doing to people. They were sleeping for 30 fucking days playing. Why are you ignoring your responsibilities?
I don't think they're playing shit over our phones.
I did not say that either, because I'm sane. I'm saying that they could if they wanted to.
I don't think that's...
You ever watch Kingsman?
God, watch those. What's that about?
They're British like spies, but it's like, it's like cool. They're all, it's cool. But the first one, the bad guy is Samuel L. Jackson, and he has this app that he gets everybody to download on their phones, and it plays this like, and everybody turns in. They started like killing each other and fighting and literally killing each other, like really bad.
It's like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah. So they do that, and then that's a really good movie. And then the second one, I don't really remember what she was doing, but I just remember she threw a dude into like a meat grinder and made a hamburger out of him, and then had the guy eat it.
Dude, cannibalism is becoming popular, I feel like.
We should try it.
There's been like a lot of movies that have...
Yeah, they have been talking about it more. And that's really weird, and I don't like that, because...
Are we moving away from eating...
But what do you think about that, and what do you think... Why do you think that they would do that? It would be more talked about and stuff all of a sudden. Why do you think that would happen?
Trying to store our farmland, dude. With these fucking train derailments.
No,
They're
why do you...
forcing us to eat ourselves, dude.
But why do... Okay. But what I'm saying is, like, why would they start randomly pushing it out like that?
I think it's just coincidence. I don't think they're actually like, oh, cannibalism is cool.
I'm not... It's to desensitize us. That's what that's for. So that eventually we'll be like, yeah, all right. Go to a restaurant and they're like, this is...
Bro, we're not going to start eating people.
Well, they are. I read some shit a couple years ago that there's human meat in McDonald's.
I hope so, man.
Getting strong. Make sure you eat your McDonald's.
Putting all the... Well, I'm not gonna say it.
No, don't.
I'm not gonna say it on here.
I want to try to talk for a few minutes just about the song that went viral real quick.
Yeah?
Yeah, so go ahead and explain it to the people real
Do you
quick.
want the full story?
Yeah, let's hear the story, dude. I want the full story.
Okay, so I get this email from this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can go full into this.
Yeah, do it.
Pull it up.
Pull it up, bro.
So I used to try really fucking be a producer and sell beats online and shit, and I'd put it on YouTube. And I kind of stopped like a year ago.
Put him on YouTube?
Like the one that isokenny used was like one of the last ones I uploaded on YouTube.
Oh, really? Yeah, you need to be putting them on YouTube because
Well,
that's how I find any beat that I...
Yeah, I am, you fucker. What's up? Why are you touching it?
Get closer to it.
Let me hold the fuck on.
All right, well, then
dude.
don't talk then if you're not going to...
Boom. So, well, he actually DM'd me on Instagram, but I wasn't even like logged into the sub knock on Instagram, so I didn't even see it. So then he emailed. They're gonna fucking hear me, dude.
Nah,
It's not
dude.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Get in there, dude.
It's in there. It's in there. I'm looking at it. It's fine. You know he's all right. She emailed me. Yo, what's up, bro? How much for this beat exclusively? I want to make a song to it.
And this is...
That was
Is that from him?
from his
That's from, like, his guy? Or that's
from
him?
his personal email.
Okay.
And he like had the YouTube link, and at this point I'm like, I just thought it was a random guy.
So,
I
you
was
don't
like-
have your beats on BeatStar? Is that what it's called?
That one was not. That was just like I stopped doing that like
A couple years ago.
2021. I stopped doing all that because I'm like, bro, I don't care. I would just make them for fun and like put them up sometimes.
Well, yeah,
So
but
a year ago, that's what
that's the whole point of this story. So, you have to care now. So go ahead.
So I was just like, yeah, you can have it for free, and I just sent him the beat, but it was funny because October 4th, that's when he sent it, and the song was already out on Spotify. Oh, I emailed him the next day because I saw it. I was like, oh, I'll fucking answer this later.
He already put it out
Yeah,
before he emailed you.
it was that day. Yeah, so I technically, yeah, I guess he didn't get permission from me at all, but
Shout out.
and then he was just like, said some shit. It was funny because he was like, oh, send me some more of those like type beats. I was like, oh yeah, I'll have to make some, sure, whatever. Didn't think anything of it.
No.
So
Of course not.
he then emails me October 13th, so 11 days later. Hey, what's up, man? My production company wants to do a deal with you for the beat that you gave me exclusivity on. They love your work.
His
And then
production
said,
company.
just for clarification on my last message, they want to work with you on additional music and paid placements for your beats. And when I saw that, I was like, that looks like a fucking scam.
Yeah.
Well, first I think it was like early in the morning. I just fucking like
Yeah, because
saw
they
it.
probably
I saw
just
it, like went back to bed and was like, thought it was like a dream or some shit. And then I looked back on my email. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, that sounds like an email that the company made or something, honestly. Doesn't it?
I feel like it was probably his manager.
Yeah.
Well, because like
They like told him what to say or like sent it to him or something.
So then I looked this dude up on Instagram. It was like, all right, who the fuck is isokenny?
Yeah.
And he had like 600,000 followers on Instagram. So I was like, okay, he's definitely big. And I go on his most recent post, and it's like all these like TikTok trends that he was putting up, and it was over my beat. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I was just trying to figure out like, all right, what's going on right now?
Yeah.
Because in his bio had like, speak up, out now on like Spotify, on streaming platforms.
Yeah, because he probably already had a video
And-
going.
And I fucking go on Spotify and had 700,000 streams. And I was like, what the fuck?
Immediately, dude.
That's was in like the first like week that it came out. I was like, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
So I was like freaking out. And I don't have TikTok. And this was blowing up on TikTok.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
because
is-
I
this-
remember seeing it and not even, I had no idea that was your beat.
Yeah, there was what I told some people about it, and they're like, they already fucking knew about it. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was completely oblivious to this going on.
Yeah, because I don't think you told us until like either that day that you finally found the song. So that, you know
Well,
what I
it was
mean?
that day they hit me up, and then he was like, what the fuck? So I respond back. I'm like, I would be interested, just need more details.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, what's your number? And then like 10 minutes later, I'm on the phone talking with him and like his manager, I'm assuming, just about like talking business, dude. I'm like, oh, fuck.
I didn't know that you talked to
And-
him on the phone and shit.
Yeah. And he was like, his manager was doing, you know, all the business shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like talking me up too, like, oh, fucking, you're a star, kid. We love your work. And I was, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, fucking you say that to everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were like, so how much you want for the beat? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, dude. Like, whatever you think is fair. And they were like, oh, $250. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, so that was the same week when I fucking spilled water on the computer. What was funny is that $250 was the same.
I remember, yeah, because I remember saying out to Henzie, I was like, oh, dude,
That's what
yeah.
the price was for the board that we needed. That ended up not fucking working. But I was like, that's hilarious. So, and then I was like, okay, so how much would I get for royalties? I brought that up because I feel like they wouldn't have fucking said shit about it.
Probably.
But it's like, oh, we'll do 3% for you. No. So, and then it was just like, all right, we're going to send a contract to you. So I don't have a printer in my house. So I drove to my parents' house. And I was like, I've got to fucking print this shit out.
Hell yeah.
Signed it real fast. Didn't really read it at all.
What did you do? Send it back?
Yeah, dude. I was like, well,
Damn.
I was so built up from
Yeah,
that
no, I
moment. 'Cause
probably
was
wouldn't
like,
have read
this is like,
I probably wouldn't have read it either. I probably would have just fucking.
I was like, this is fucking, because I already knew how big it had gotten. So I'm like, I feel like
What's
either
crazy?
way, like,
Yeah, no, I
this
just
is beneficial for me, even if I get fucked over on a contract.
yeah. Either way, I mean, fucking. Obviously, the beat. You know, you killed it with the beat, and you.
No, dude, the beat fucking sucks.
No, but that's the thing is you.
it doesn't suck, but it's literally one of the most basic beats. That
Yeah,
I've
it doesn't
ever made.
suck, but, like,
and I
you-
never would have thought that beat would be the one that got me like.
But you make great beats, though. That's what it boils down to. You know what I mean? Because you.
It was
wouldn't-
more of a validation thing, of like, because I started making beats like 10 years ago,
dude, and that's. I feel like
and then this randomly because the beat
how long it takes for most, like a lot of people, is like 10 years, which is crazy. Like it shouldn't take that long, but. I mean, shout out to isokenny for fucking having coming up with the creative idea to put that out and use your beat because.
No, it's crazy, but it's wild because like most of his songs are way better than his other songs. Are way better than Speak Up. So I listened to the other ones and like.
But that's the thing is it went.
This one just happened at whatever vibe. It just worked for the time.
And people, that's the thing with the certain songs on TikTok when they go viral like that. Like people just, it's a
But bro, it was
mass
fucking crazy.
consciousness thing.
I was like freaking out. I'm like, are you shitting me? I never thought I would have a song that has.
Yeah, what does it have now?
Like almost 15 million on Spotify, which is crazy. I was freaking out when it hit a million. I was like, no fucking way.
15 million, brother. Whoa, dude. Yeah, and I have like 9 plays on a song on Spotify.
Yeah, well, it's because I haven't really reflected on it too much, but it is crazy to think like how many producers in Cleveland have like a song with that many streams.
Not very many.
It's like you probably count them on your hand, you know?
Yeah. Not very many.
Which is wild.
And I get to have you on my fucking podcast, dude. And we get to hang out all the time. We hang out all the time.
We make out and we.
Yep.
We don't film it, but we might.
Yeah, dude, you never know. So what's your Instagram? Both of them?
My name,
Okay.
Jacob Brahler,
And then we
sub
got
knocking.
Sub knocking Instagram. Anything else you want to plug?
The studio, I guess.
Yeah, Studio Mind.
Come record with us.
Studio Mind, the creative space, and
Creative Zone is cooler, yeah.
but yeah, so we discussed some MK Ultra. I don't think I persuaded you in any way, thinking that you're lied to about most of the things in your day to day and most of your life. What I would say is that you should actually. They just made a movie about MK Ultra that came out, which is probably just full of fucking communist propaganda. So that'll be exciting to watch. And then
Like what kind of movie? A documentary or like a?
no, a movie. The guy that
Do you know what it's called?
MK Ultra,
That's creative.
right? Who's the guy that's in it? He looked super familiar. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of want to watch that to see.
Oh, it came out last year.
Yeah, it's recent. Communist propaganda, full of it, probably. Commies, comedy.
I don't know any of these people.
No,
No.
the guy. I just saw the guy's face.
Anson Mount?
I just saw the guy's face, and he looked familiar.
This fucking dude?
Yeah, doesn't he look familiar?
No, not at all.
Looks like a Nazi or something.
Probably is a Nazi. I might be a Nazi. Well,
Chill, dude.
I'm
This
German.
podcast is for
I'm
kids.
German.
So yeah, this was When I Wake Up. This is Jacob Brahler. I wanted to call him Brawler, but it's not. Sub knocking. So with that, suck a toe.
Like a fat cock. All right.
Shh, we gotta bleep,
Way to
we gotta
end it on
bleep
the
that
cock.
out now, dude. This is for kids. This show.
Oh, this one was. You made this for kids?
God damn it.
Oh, was it because of the. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Because of the TikTok. That's why. Fuck. Oh.